Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lone Star State here in the United States of America. We are in Arlington, Texas for East versus West 17. An incredible sequence of matches we have lined up for you today, and the press conference is incoming. We are about to welcome these athletes up and give you guys at home the opportunity to meet the arm wrestlers that you will see compete tomorrow. If you weren't aware, tomorrow, the event, right about this time, you will see East versus West 17, and you need to get that pay-per-view now. eastvswest.com. Get over there and get this thing bought, ready to go. Ladies and gents, we are going to introduce our first two athletes now up to the table to find out their thoughts and feelings. And first of all, I'd like you to welcome these two men. Arsen Hachatrian, up to the table, please. Arsen. And his opponent, Andrei Sharkovich. Arsen Hachatrian and Andrei Sharkovich. The arm shark in the house looking ready. And Arsen, how are you doing? Guys, Arsen, the first thing you're going to pick up on, that man is directly looking straight at you with an evil intent. Now, you guys have met before. He came out on top. Why, on this occasion, is this going to be different? Could we get Arsen's translator, please? I want to know why will it be different on this occasion? These guys have met before, and Sharkovich came out on top.
Ես առաջ հանդիպել եմ իր հետ, բայց այդ առաջ էր, հիմա լրիվ ուրիշ տրամադրվածություն ունեմ ու կարծում եմ, որ լրիվ ուրիշ է լինելու։
I have met him before almost a year ago, and so now I am in different level, and it's going to be different match.
Andre, I'm sure you've heard this before. He says he's improved. He's on a different level, better than he's ever been. Can you say the same?
Same as me. I also in a different level. I gained a lot from last year, so we'll see. I'm here to kick your ass.
Now, a lot of people are talking about Arsen as a rising star, an athlete that's on the rise, getting better and better. Do you feel like that underrepresents you a little bit? You're also a guy that right now, you're on back-to-back wins. Your form has never been hotter.
I mean, big respect for him. Yes, he's definitely a rising star, but I'm also going on the top, so we'll see who is deserved.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match.
We lost Neil.
Sounds a triple threat.
It's a suit for me.
Okay, let's see. We got a mic back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I had a car like this once. Whoa. Have we got anything? Oh, we've got signs of life. This could be good. Let's see what we get. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we may be back online. We are back. Are we back on camera? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we missed you. Welcome back to Arlington. Slight technical gremlin, but we've overcome it now. And at the table, you will see Joseph Moranto, Cody Wood. We had a little chat while you were away, but we're going to do it again right now. Fellas, take your mics and let's do this thing. So, let's start with you, Joseph. Phenomenal event you pulled in Atlantic City. One of the best matches on the card. Your debut, and you looked exceptional. So what do you get as a reward? This fella. And he has been on a tear. Now, according to you both, you've never pulled before. What do you know about Cody Wood? How do you see this match going down?
I know Cody's a very versatile arm wrestler. He's #1 for a reason. I think if we can both get to our spots, it's going to be hopefully a really exciting match. I'm looking forward to a war. I've trained for a war, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Now, Cody, same question, mate. Obviously, you've got the opportunity to have a little bit closer look at Joseph. We saw the match he had with Palco. You know where his strengths are. Do you know where his weaknesses are?
Yeah, I never overlook anybody. So going to this match, I made sure to study every video where I could see where there was a weakness, and I made sure to examine that and train for that. And then I also trained, in case we did get to his sweet spot, I trained for a war there as well.
Now, there's a lot of talk right now about the legends of North America that are on this card. We're going to see them compete. The likes of John Brasink, who is a headliner here. But the question is, who are the next guys coming up? Who are the next legends of North American arm wrestlers? Do you feel like you two guys, in 10, 15 years' time, are going to be in a similar situation?
Absolutely. Hello?
Yep.
We're the same age. We're both 23. He's been in the sport about 4.5 years. I've been in the sport about 5.5 years. So we've made our rounds in the sport pretty quickly, and I believe we're here to stay.
One more for you, mate. Obviously, we saw that you've got a lot of versatility in your game. If you could script, if you could skywrite how this match went down in your favor, where would you want it to go? Where do you see your strengths versus Cody?
Of course, it'd be in a hook. You know, I mean, that's hopefully where I'm planning to get this match. It'd be in a deep inside hook, and that's obviously the goal of where I'm trying to get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our second match on the card. Joseph Moranto, Cody Wood. It's going to be a cracker. EVWsports.com. You want to see this match go down, make sure you buy that pay-per-view. It is available, and tomorrow we will see that match happen in the men's lightweight division on the right arm. We stay on the right arm and in the same weight class for our next one. And it is between a man from Southeast Asia, Singaporean arm wrestler of some repute. Ladies and gentlemen, making his debut here, welcome, Valen Lowe. This guy may not be known to many of you out there, but his pedigree is significant. It will need to be. He faces a rising star of North American arm wrestling. Ladies and gents, welcome the mighty Hunter Norths. Hunter, you got 2 matches on this card. One of those guys you know very, very well. What about this second guy? How much awareness have you got of Valen Lowe and what this man is capable of?
I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't ever overlook anybody. I just prepare like I always do, but they all gonna go down like the rest. It don't matter who it is. You line them up, I'm gonna knock them down. I'm just getting started.
Valen, coming into this thing, mate, a lot of people are kind of writing you off. They feel like Hunter Norths is the guy with the momentum. We've seen him come out and pull very impressively in his debut. Do you feel like you're being overlooked?
I mean, definitely I'm the underdog right here, but it's a mystery. Like, I never put Hunter, I never put in North America. So let's see how it goes on Saturday itself.
Do you feel like you've pulled arm wrestlers of this same type, style? He's very much an aggressive, power-driven arm wrestler. How do you usually fare with that kind of puller?
I mean, I have my fair share of over 15 years of experience with different sort of arm wrestlers. But with someone like Hunter and that kind of speed and that kind of drive deep inside, that's where it's going to get interesting.
The other question I had for you, Valon, obviously this is your debut.
Yes.
We can see that EVW is really kicking on. It is bigger every time out, and the pressure that accompanies that is bigger. Do you feel it?
I mean, it's good that the sport is growing, but the pressure is like deep inside. Definitely there'll be some pressure on me and with the rest of the opponents themselves, but of course on the game day itself, we'll be game on, focus for the match.
Now, Hunter, coming back to you, mate, this is a little bit of a step change in how this match has been approached, because the last time we saw you here, I think it's fair to say you were the new guy on the block. You were the underdog. You were the guy that everybody figured didn't have a shot. Well, you had a shot. Now, this time, very different. Everybody thinks you're going to win. How does that affect your mindset?
I don't really pay attention to what anyone else has to say. Whether you do good or bad, people's always going to have something to say. So I just kind of stick with my group of people and do what I have to do and make sure I'm prepared. I could care less if they say I'm going to win or the odds or how it is, experience. None of that shit matters to me. What matters when we get up here, when they say go, all that shit goes out the window.
Now, we are here in the United States of America, and I know that there's going to be a very, very pro Hunter Knopf's crowd in there. Does that affect you? Do you feed off the crowd a little bit, Hunter?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love it. I love all the support. You know, anybody that supports me. I mean, I drive off of it. But, I mean, adrenaline's my thing. So, you know what I mean? If people is rooting for me or rooting against me, it doesn't really change how I'm going to perform or how I come into the match. I have my mindset and where I'm headed, and just another stepping stone. Like I said, I'm just getting started. So,
ladies and gentlemen, what an exciting match in prospect. This is the third match on our card. Valon Law of Singapore, Hunter Knopfs of the United States of America. EVWsports.com is the pay-per-view. Get that one, guys, if you want to see these guys clash tomorrow right here in Arlington, Texas. And we ain't done yet. We move to the welterweight division, 85 kilograms in weight, for an absolute classic matchup. The old against the new school arm wrestling, very much old school arm wrestling. And I'd like you to welcome these men now making their way to the table, starting with the man who has traveled down from Canada. Please raise it up for the Savage, Tarion. And his opponent standing just at the side of the stage now with that typical look on his face. It's the Fury, Tuier. Tuier, one more time into the breach, mate. And they keep bringing these kind of killer athletes for you to knock over, and still you stand into your 50s now, and you look like you've been carved out of rock. But this is a particularly dangerous athlete. He's on the rise and he's super active. How much of a threat level is represented by John Tarion?
Oh, he's definitely a threat. I've been paying close attention to all the people he's beating. He's an amazing athlete. I respect him. I know he's dangerous. That's what drives me to move to that next spot that I want to be. So I don't underestimate him or any of the guys. And he brings what needs to bring to the table. I'm excited.
Now, John, you're a quiet, softly spoken fella until you get to an arm wrestling table, something that mirrors the man that you're about to face here. But there's always that little boiling cauldron of anticipation whenever you pull, because you seem like you go up there and change your entire character. How confident are you going into this one, John? Is this making the nerves jangle a little?
It doesn't really matter who I pull. When it's time to go to the table, I have one thing set in my mind, and it's to go out there and be a total savage and do what I do. So right now, yes, I'm very nervous. Craig, you're a legend. It's a blessing to be on the table with you. tomorrow it won't matter that it's Craig in front of me. I'm going in, doing my thing, and like I said, if I'm strong enough, I'm going to just toss you around the table. Maybe it won't work. We'll see. It's very hard to gauge this match because I've never polled you, so I'm very, very excited at the same time to see what level I'm at, basically. So,
What level do you think you're at, John Tarion? Where do you believe you're at? Do you think you're the stronger man here?
I'm strong enough to flop his wrist backwards. I hope he trained with the press, like the flop press a little bit.
Little tip on the game plan there, Craig. How are you feeling about that? He thinks he may be the man bringing the power to this.
He's sadly mistaken. Yeah. I can't wait till tomorrow. I wish it was right now.
John.
Yes.
When you hear that kind of comment from a man with this kind of experience, with this kind of resume, do you feel like he may bring something to the table that you haven't experienced before? Or do you think that's just mind games and all in his head?
No, like obviously he's been polling, I think, since you're 14 years old. He's in his 50s now. That's an incredible long career of arm wrestling at being at the top. So obviously he knows all the little tricks out there. Basically, and he's very quick, very fast. He has it all, but I'm just going to be stronger. So, and yes, I'm a newer poller on the bigger stages, but I've been polling for 13 years myself. So I've become a very more intelligent poller in the past couple of years. So I think technical-wise, I can fare my own on the table too. So
now let's talk about common opponents real quick, guys. You have both faced some arm wrestlers and had similar outcomes. Brandon Alcesser would be a good example. Tremendous battle, tremendous battle. Do you take any kind of confidence, any kind of read at all from those past opponents, common opponents, or do you just see this as a completely clean slate?
I've watched his matches. I paid a close attention to his match with Brandon. I seen some lanes that Brandon made some serious mistakes when he was pulling John. That's how you make your game plan. You see what lanes each person did. I seen some lanes that John was leaving open too. So you develop a game plan. I think that was a different Brandon that he faced that I faced. But he looked very good and very strong. I'm looking forward to it.
Same question.
I'm not taking really anything from that match just because they pulled 2 years ago. 6 months ago, I was a totally different arm wrestler. I improved so much. Craig, I know he's been pulling for a while, but in 6 months, everything can change. So that match really, it gave me the confidence to know that I can pull at this level, but I don't take anything from it. What I'm taking more, it's against James Wall. I knew James Wall managed to give a very good match to Craig, and I know a bit how much I do against James. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
So one more question for you, John, before we take a couple of questions from the audience here. When I first met you, you spoke to me about your ambitions, your aspirations in the sport, and you told me that you wanted to be, and believed you would be, #1 in North America. Does tomorrow decide that? Have you reached the goal if you beat this man?
I wasn't lying, Neil. No one's going to stop me. And I'm not even going to stop after that. I have a very strong motivation, and I'm aiming for the top, and no one's going to stop me. Not even Craig.
And Craig Tuier, you heard that from this young man. He's on the rise. He wants the crown you've held for a long period of time. Is he the most dangerous threat right now in this weight division?
I know he's a dangerous threat. I don't know if it's the second under #1 threat, but I do think that he's a serious threat. I know that I'm here to stay. I've earned this spot that I have, and I'm here to stay, and I don't plan on leaving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you guys, but you can feel this is bristling. We're going to take a couple of questions from our VIPs in the audience. Any questions, guys, for Craig Tuier and John Tarion?
John, do you think that you're going to be the guy that's going to slow down Craig's career to finally get him to retire? Or do you think Craig is just only going to get stronger and stronger after he beats you?
You never retire from arm wrestling. I don't think that's possible. And to be honest, he's been a legend for so long. Craig, it's not a big deal if you lose one match. He's still gonna be a legend, you know. I'm just passing by. I'll take one win. Then he gets on with his life, keep beating everyone else. Not a big deal.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Any more questions for the Fury, Craig Tuier, or the Savage, Sean Tarion, ladies and gentlemen?
Just more of a statement. I mean, we're looking at a legend in the sport, and we're looking at the future of the sport, and tomorrow they're going to collide, and I'm really looking forward, as I know everybody in this room is, and thanks for making this match happen, East versus West. It really needed to do it, and I'm super stoked. This is the match I want to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the match we all want to watch. eastvswest.com. You can watch it. It will go down tomorrow, right here in the Lone Star State. The Savage, John Tarion. The Fury, Craig Tuier. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed, and we will see you tomorrow night. What a match in prospect there in the welterweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, we may be able to top it with the next one. This match has been spoken about so often, it has become urban legend. I'd like you to welcome two magnificent arm wrestlers now making their way to the table, starting with this man. He is a former East versus West champion of the world. Hailing from Lithuania, welcome Moriarty, Mendigas, Terasitis. And his opponent is a multiple Latvian and world arm wrestling champion who needs no introduction anywhere in the sport. He is known as the Jedi. Welcome, Giannis Amalins. Ladies and gentlemen, these two guys are at the top of their game from a technical perspective. I'm going to start with a man closer to my age. There's a lot of pressure. For me, it's a lot of pressure when I roll out of bed in the morning, but I'm sure you feel different. But this is a very, very difficult match indeed, and it's a match which has been coming for a long period of time, Giannis. Why now? What's changed? Why do you feel like you wanted to do this now? So many times you've not felt right. What's changed?
It was provocation of a East-West organization. They said that I'm getting old, and it's time now. No or never.
Who would do such a thing?
Maybe one who is watching right now from East Europe, Engin Terzi.
And yet that same Engin Terzi, who definitely will be watching at home right now, also said in a recent discussion that he feels you may be at your absolute peak in terms of your career right now. Would you agree?
I would love to agree, but there are some small questions about that, but I feel good, and that's most important. And maybe even I don't need to be at my best to beat Mindaugas.
Ouch. That was quite brutal, wasn't it? Usually he's such a placid guy, Mendigas, but you seem to bring out something special in the Jedi. Mate, joking aside, you've wanted this for so long. You've pursued this match for so long. And the old saying is, be careful what you wish for. How are you feeling about that? He's standing right here.
Yeah, I think I'm very happy that finally Giannis is brave enough to arm wrestle me. It took him a while. Maybe he just reached that age. I'm not sure if it's normal, but I just have a feeling that he's at the age where he just wants to get fucked by another man. I just have that feeling, and so we will see how it goes.
At some point at age, probably you don't care about anything, and I kind of think I'm not worrying much about what people think and what other athletes think. So, okay.
Now, Giannis, there's been a lot of talk about this being an incredibly technical matchup. That it is all about who has the best style of arm wrestling. Is that the case? Or will you make this about power? Are you more complete than Mindaugas Terasitis?
I have said before that behind this unimpressive physical look is very strong athlete. And
you sound like my wife.
And he's doing so good, not only because he's technically good, he's physically good. He's strong enough to pull in those angles and positions.
Did you hear all the nice things he just said about you?
But Yanis, can't you see my tendons underneath the skin? Like they are so rigid. Like,
flex your tendon.
Look at this. It's crazy.
Are you impressed by that? I mean, he showed it you. There it was.
It's not a bodybuilding, we know. It's strength. And don't let us fool. He is strong. We know that. He has proved before.
People talk about styles make matches, Yanis. You've faced many arm wrestlers, many styles of arm wrestler, and usually you have the kryptonite. You have a route through. He believes that you don't have a route through his style of arm wrestling. He believes that he's got a style which dismembers you, disables you. Is it true?
Last time was, when we pulled last time, it was 8 years ago. And I won that time, and I kind of sure that it all will stay like that also after this one. And I can maybe come back after 8-10 years again and do the same.
Yeah, Yanis is just hoping that he can once again reach his top shape. But the problem is that it's really not enough anymore. Like I'm way far past his best shape. So it's a very sad story for you, Yanis. And, you know, we all like Yanis, I'm sure. He's such a good guy. You know, I like him a lot. So in a way, I'm a little bit saddened to see this retirement match happening now. You know, in a way, you know, Berzenk and Kanai, it's a very similar situation. I feel like we should also show respect for Yanis. Even if he loses, I think we should respect his past achievements.
Yeah, I have to say that anyone who has been in a sport for a long loses. It's like just question of time. If you are long enough pulling, I don't know any arm wrestler who hasn't lost. But probably Mindaugas will not be the one who will decide should they retire or not.
So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it talked about flip-flopping, people deciding who they felt would win. And I know the mind games, you were on the same flight over, and you were already getting into each other's head. I wanted you to look out into the crowd right now, and I'm going to ask these guys all gathered here today, all arm wrestling fans, who they believe will win this match. Can we have a show of hands for Yanis Amalins? Who feels like the Jedi will win this match? Can I have a show of hands for Mindaugas, Moriarty, Terasitis? Yeah. Your two don't count. I think it's fair to say pretty balanced. Pretty balanced. How confident are you, Yanis, coming into this? Do you feel like it is your time? We don't usually hear you with that kind of confidence that you've just come out with.
That's only because I'm on stage.
Same question. Moriarty, how are you feeling about this, really? Deep inside, are you going to let us in there?
So yeah, for quite a few years, I was really thinking, in my head, I knew that I'm better than Yanis. But now, we were flying on the same plane, and Yanis managed to somehow gain 2 kilos while flying, I remember. And he was kind of stretching, and so that looked quite impressive, I have to be honest, and it made me doubt myself a little bit. But now, I think my tendons will do a job, and yeah, it's whatever.
What a match in prospect. Let's go out to our audience, get a couple of questions from the fans gathered here. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, for the Jedi or for Mindaugas Terasitis? Here we go.
Can you hear me? Okay. So in each of your opinion, who is the better low-handed top roller?
There is some possibilities that we will not pull low hand top roll when we will face each other. Some will go to maybe some different position. When two top rollers pull each other, it's someone have to do something else.
Yeah, but Yanis, you are not really low-handing as well as I do.
It depends against who you are pulling. If you are pulling against someone who is attacking your low pronator and going forward, that's definitely what you're doing. But I don't think that any of us will go in that position. So we are not facing inside arm wrestlers or hook arm wrestlers.
I am clearly better.
Two very different answers there, ladies and gentlemen. I think, Steve, you got a question for us there, mate?
Yeah, Mindy, I want to know what are the chances of you putting Giannis into a hook tomorrow?
Hookish kind of thing, I think it is.
Well, you know, I'm always hoping to kind of prolong the match and maybe make the opponent tired so I can play more and more. But with Giannis, I have to admit, like, he has some sticky things happening after you give him too much time. So to be honest, I might just finish him quickly and maybe I don't play the games tomorrow. Yeah. It's a dangerous game.
Ladies and gentlemen, have we got any more questions? One more question.
I got one.
Okay, here we go.
This is for Giannis. After your elbow injury, semi-injury in Orlando, how's your elbow feeling? And if he does put you in a hook, are you going to be able to hang in there?
Okay, it's 7 months, and it's quite a short time, and I am realistic, but I tested, which maybe was not the smartest thing to do right before competition, but I did test, I did side pressure exercise, I did my hand exercise, it felt fine, and physically it looks good. Some barrier are in head mentally time to time, but on a table it should be fine with all adrenaline. So it's no pain, and the question is how much I have been able to bring my strength back.
One more question, or are we done, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, over here it does, sorry.
Okay, Mindy, you said this would be his retirement match, and I wanted to know, Giannis, if he uses that strong pronator and those rigid tendons like he says, will you retire if he beats you in the King's move?
Why should I retire, first of all? And second, about fight, how it goes, I don't think it will be King's move from any of us. I don't think that any of us will be able to go inside if other opponent will not be same or will not have same interest. So we are both good enough to block opponent's hook.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, cannot wait for this one. Personally, heavily invested, two of my favorite arm wrestlers of all time will clash tomorrow. eastvswest.com. You can catch this. Make sure you get that pay-per-view to see the Jedi and Moriarty Mendigas Terasitis. I'm going to hand you over to my colleague Travis, the Beast Bajan, one of the best to ever do it, and he will take the next 3 matches, ladies and gents.
Let's freaking go. Make some noise in this joint. Let's go. Yes. Super difficult when it comes to whenever Neil Pickup is announcing and you have to go on next. So I am going to try my best to do justice, regardless of the first 5 matches, and they're good. There's no doubt that some people will think that the event starts on match 6. This will be the most viewed out of all the matches, I can guarantee you. So without further ado, let's welcome from Ontario, Canada, Jocelyn Bresson. Yeah. I just went straight French-Canadian right there. Y'all heard it. And her opponent, needing no introduction in the arm wrestling world, welcome Sarah Bachman. Make some more noise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the ladies. I am going to let the VIPs ask a bunch of questions to these two ladies. I'm going to ask one each, so you guys start to think about it, and let's get some real interesting questions. First of all, young lady, absolute pleasure to meet you about 20 minutes ago. I am a big fan, only online, and I think like most of us here, we were kind of introduced to you by that round robin where you were majorly successful. I am good friends with Heidi, and I've known Sarah forever, so to see that entire thing take place, to hear about it, and to see your dominance, let's talk about it. Are you the real deal, and can we expect you to further your career and maybe be the super heavyweight champion of the world one day?
Well, I'm no joke, and that's a mistake people have made in the past as well. Obviously, my intentions in the sport are to stick around and build my way up the echelon. slowly but surely, step by step, eventually making it to the top.
All right, Sarah, young lady, it is a pleasure to be here with you. So from a social media standpoint, and once again, this may be just my opinion, but I don't know if our algorithms have kind of met up on Instagram a little, but I see every day what looks to me like you working harder, being a little more energetic, happier, or maybe you're just filming the workouts more. So can you lead us right now? Are you in tip-top, maybe the best shape of your life?
I would say so, probably. Like, you're right. I've definitely put another, like, gear into my training and my mindset since the loss against Jocelyn 10 months ago. Like, that did fire me up. Like, I did not want to lose my spot as the #1 in North America. So I take it very serious, and I'm coming back with this.
I did see a psychiatrist when I lost my #1 ranking in North America, so if you need a phone number, I got it. All right, let's move on right now. Guys, get those hands up. We need some questions for both ladies. First, right beside you there. Could you stand up, introduce yourself, please?
Okay.
We want to get to know our VIPs, right?
Is it on? Okay. Hi, I'm Noelle. I love you, Sarah. How's your shoulder, and are you confident that you can use 100% of it if you had to commit with your shoulder?
Absolutely. I have made a full recovery. That injury was 5 years ago now, and I've tested it many times over the years, and no, there's nothing holding me back at this point.
Thank you.
Shoulder is straight. Next question. Hopefully from somebody way over here. Perfect.
Tillman Dufresne, no disrespect to you, but do you see a clean sweep?
I do. I mean, that's how I have envisioned it, right? Like, I'm not coming here to think I'm gonna get into a war. I wanna get it done and over with as quickly as possible.
No disrespect to you.
No disrespect.
Just to make sure. The first thing, as soon as you hear those words, you're about to possibly feel disrespected at the time. So
I'm like,
how do you feel about the projects of this guy's clean sweep? And
I mean, to be fair, I've been in this position before.
well, talk to us about, like, we know that the super heavyweight champion, if you think about Bar, you know that, oh my goodness, this is a huge mountain to climb. But then when you watch the match with her and Gabby, it's gotta make you feel like, oh man, come on. I'm watching the match with you and Gabby, and I'm thinking, man, one more tiny little bit, and that thing's 4-3 in your favor. And then when I watch Gabby muscle through Bora, I think that the truth is that there is still a path for one of you guys to be the super heavyweight champ of the world. I cannot wait. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the only women's match on the card. Sarah and Jocelyn, good luck, ladies. That's right. All right, so they told me they would guarantee me one, and then how I do is whether I can do the next one. So I must have passed here because I don't see him grabbing the mic. So next match will be match 7. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the great state of Utah, make some noise for Cody Spur Merritt. And his opponent, multiple-time world champion, one of the most talented individuals, at least from a vocal standpoint, I have ever seen. Make some noise from the Ukraine. What am I say this right here? Ivani Prudnik. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an awesome match. A tale of two tales. We have the former North American #1 ranked super heavyweight champ, has had some trials and tribulations when it comes to East vs. West arm wrestling, and that reason is is because he's been up against the very best in the world. And this will be no different tomorrow. Cody, looking at your opponent right now, I mean, look at the pectorials on this cat. What are your first impressions? How do you feel about tomorrow?
I'm surprised you could get into that small shirt.
4X.
No, I actually sent him a message the other day saying he looks really thick. He looks like he's in good shape.
I feel exactly the same way. He brushed up against me and he felt like a rock. I am pretty sure that, Cody, you're going to arm wrestle a bad dude tomorrow. Good luck to you. Prudnik, how do you feel?
Show me your stomach. Let's do selfie.
Ask Prudnik, how does he feel about the trip? Is there any jet lag? How does he like the United States of America?
I feel good. I'm ready for the fight, and he's gonna lose.
I don't agree.
The shit talking in here is out of control. You two are really something. Let's go to the crowd here. We need some really interesting question. Who's up first? Let's see it. We got somebody in the way back. You are killing. Yes. Hurry up, Anna.
Cody, would you be willing to make it more interesting and put that mustache on the line if you lose?
Hey, it's just hair, although it did take me like 3 years to grow it.
And just so I think that I speak for the majority here, killed it. You killed it, young man. Next question. Hopefully someone way on this side here. Any other questions from the VIPs we got? Of course.
This one's for Evgeny. Did you feel like you had to gain any weight to be able to pull super heavyweight? And if so, how much did you gain?
Look at him. He's obviously gained weight.
Stem cells got him.
I think my weight is same that last time, but now I have more muscles and less this.
So, Cody, listen,
Cody.
obviously a smaller guy. Does your game plan change any? Does it matter to you if it's Brian Shaw or Prudnik? Does the game plan stay the same?
First of all, I don't think your abs make you a good arm wrestler at all. His wrist will fold back, whether he's got abs or a belly. Doesn't matter to me. And no, my plan hasn't changed. I'll shoot my best bullet and see if it lands.
Well, I think I can speak for, especially since this guy to my right does not speak the best English. United States, I'm pulling for you, Cody.
I think if he will less all him fat, him weight will be 85 kilo.
85, 170. I got you. Listen, I was a chubby kid, man. These jokes, man, are not good for me neither, man. I feel like if I was pulling, you'd say the same thing. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. Cody Merritt, Prudnik, tomorrow.
Good luck.
Ooh, this is a good one. We've seen both of these gentlemen here on the stage. No reason to have some crazy introductions. Let's get these two up here. Let them do the talking. This could be very interesting. Match, is this 9? Match 8, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Mendigus Terasitis. And his opponent, Hunter Noltz. Easy, gentlemen, easy. The man's got a match.
So disrespectful, so disrespectful.
All right, so I don't think I need to say much. Just tell us now. First of all, how did this match form? Because this was a late in the, I think that we knew you guys were going to both be here. I had no idea that anybody would want to pull right and left-handed after we've seen some of the mistakes that some of the other pullers have made. How did this match come about, and who called who almost chickened out? Give us the lowdown, Mindy.
No, yes, so pulling 2 matches per night is never a good idea, I guess, but since Giannis is going to be pretty easy, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, Hunter, he is coming up. He's a very well-known U.S. puller. We are trying to feed him some Asian guys so we can grow him up, build him up.
No disrespect, Valen. And the comments by this guy do not represent East vs. West, Travis Bajan, or the Bajan Group. Go ahead, sir.
So we are slowly building him up to one day completely destroy him once he is somehow confident enough. And so I kind of think that this match might be a mistake. It might be too early. You know, maybe he thinks that my left is bad, or maybe the organization thinks that my left is bad. So if I kill him tomorrow, maybe his right arm, I would say future, doesn't look so bright after all. But yeah. And I kind of feel like he's maybe getting too much pressure. I see him as a potential strong person one day, but I think it's a bit too early. And he's already pushing very hard. I kind of wish he would take his time, because if he doesn't do it, if he pushes too much now, I don't think he can ever make it.
Sir.
At the end of the day, everything you've ever accomplished in your life, I'm coming to take it tomorrow. Hey, as an athlete, it's just how it is. Everything you've ever wanted in your life, I'm coming to take it. And you're going to find out, this isn't all talk. I talk a lot of shit, but I'm better at backing it up. And tomorrow, you will find out why they just now let me get my left on here, and I guess they want to throw you under the bus already. So you say, I may not be ready, but you'll find out, and there will be no more left arm arm wrestling for you on the stage after tomorrow.
You know, yeah, I kind of like the guy. I hope he gets good one day. But once again, I'm just saying that it might be a bit too early for him. For sure, he doesn't win tomorrow. I just hope he can at least build himself up over years.
It's going to be a hell of a day tomorrow. 2 wins, and then over this guy, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to
better than this.
I don't want to give the perception that we're ganging up on you up here.
We definitely are.
But just know that I think you mentioned
USA.
I can't stop him, Mindy. I can't stop him. Here's the deal. You mentioned that you think that he is one of the up-and-coming arm wrestlers here in the United States, and he's getting some press. I want to elaborate on that. This is our guy right here. You understand? We've never had a guy under 176 since maybe the great Dave Patton. This guy here, everybody's rooting for him, young man. So I hope that you are successful against Giannis, and I really hope that you have no problem with one Valen Lowe, so that this will be a huge showcase for the Hunter Notes Brown. Listen, for the brand. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, this will be a big one. Make some noise and get your questions ready for Mindy and Hunter. It's so easy to start a fight right now, guys. All you got to do is ask the right question.
Everybody's on needles here. No one's
All right, I'll ask one more. We got one? Okay, here we go. I think this guy thinks he can beat both of you, so this should be an interesting question.
First of all, good luck to both of you. Hunter, you look good. I don't know, Mindy, you don't look that great. I think Hunter is gonna beat you tomorrow. But what's the percentage?
If he can beat you, it doesn't mean that he can beat me, you know?
He can't beat me, and either you, but what's the percentage like beating
I'm smoking him 100%. There's no question.
You are definitely smoking something.
It's some good shit.
I'm gonna say 95%. I'm good.
What about you, Hunter? 100%?
100%. Not changing my mind. We here 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise with what could be the main event. Hunter Notes, Mendigas. Good luck, gentlemen. All right, I guess I'm real good at this because I don't see anybody coming. This is awesome. All right, listen. Match 9 should be huge, ladies and gentlemen. We've had this guy, a super fan favorite. You all know him. No reason to waste any time on the introduction. Make some noise for Matt Mask. And his opponent, at one time considered maybe the pound-for-pound champ of the world. A huge, huge undertaking. Make some noise for Kirigali Ungerive. Take a look at the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. I promise you, Matt Mask is going to make this entertaining. Let's start here. Kirigali, welcome to the U.S. How do you feel? How was the trip?
Хош көрдік, рахмет үлкен, өте жақсы келдім. Барлығы жақсы, Аллаға шүкір, дайынмын жарысқа.
Everything is fine. Trip was very good, and thank you for having me.
So let's just stay here. You got the mic in your hand. How's the injury? Is he fully healed up? How does he feel about taking on Matt Mask the first time out after the injury?
Yeah, fully recovered, and pretty long time was fully trained and very much ready, yes.
All right, we're not going to get much out of these two guys. I just tried, okay? But we can get a lot from here. First of all, just so you know, there is no cussing, Matt Mask, okay? So look at that camera there, no cussing. So, Ingen Terzi, you remain on the card, a super fan favorite. Took some losses a few years ago, maybe wasn't 100% healed up. From what I hear, VitaCell's got you back. And when I look and I see the last 4 or 5 matches, the Wild Horse is definitely a new man. Tell us, how do you feel about this matchup, and how do you feel about being here in Dallas?
I'm still happy to be here. This is a match I've honestly wanted to test myself against Kirigali for ages, ever since I knew who he was. I got nothing but respect for him. But the last week and a half, I've been putting you in a bad, bad fucking place in my mind. And just standing across the fucking table from you, I'm vibrating my fucking ass off, trying not to jump across from it. So honestly, like, when they call my name to the fucking table tomorrow, all the respect is going out the fucking window.
All right. Why would you guys egg him on? Unbelievable. Obviously, this thing is most likely outside, up high, 2 amazing top rollers here. Does he feel ready for the top roll from Matt Mask?
Kirigali says that he will top roll only, and he is very much ready.
All right, he sounded like he said a lot more words than that, Pablo. All right, this thing's obviously going outside, correct? It's obviously going outside, right?
Flop wrist pressing this motherfucker.
Let's just be honest, though, Matt. Matt, let's be honest. I've seen you in matches every once in a while when in nitty-gritty, you slap him in a hook. Maybe not always successful, however, later in this match, if needed, do you think you could beat Ungerive in a hook if you were both in there?
I don't think I can beat anybody at this level in a hook. But I can tell you right now, if my lane ain't working, I'm willing to try any lane it takes to be able to get what I need. So.
Any questions from the VIPs for Ungerive or Matt Mask? Now's the time.
I have a question for Matt Mask. How easy or how difficult do you think this match is going to be for you today? Or tomorrow, sorry.
Honestly, if I thought this was going to be easy, I wouldn't be vibrating up here right now with my heart rate at 160. So I'm nervous as fuck. I don't think I've been as nervous as I have been in a long time. And I know every time I come into a match more nervous, the better I do. So as Andrei Sharkovich would say, I'm going to kick your ass.
Any response to that?
He said the table will show us for sure, and Kidrigali did not come here to lose, he come here to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge implications right here. Ungerive, Matt Mask tomorrow. Good luck, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Bajan entertaining as always there, and we move on with our next match on the card. And this is in the men's super heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Acid G, Georgiev, Bulgaria's finest, Bulgaria's biggest, and the most smiley face in his nation. Acid G looking huge. He will need to be, because the man he faces likes to do things easy and take the money. Dave Chaffy of the United States of America. Easy money in the house. Fellas, grab those mics. Let's get this thing done. Dave, you said recently you're back. The old easy money is resurgent. Very difficult acid test. This man eats 10 lemons in a sitting, and he's looking to bust your wrist. How does that make you feel?
Look at the guy. He looks like he ate a cow himself.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
God, he makes me want to drop down to the lower weight classes. But I'm really looking forward to a great match. I feel pretty good. It's going to be a huge challenge watching the guys he's beaten recently. It's incredible, so it's going to be an awesome match tomorrow.
Now, Dave, a lot of people have spoken about the fact that he's pretty much untop rollable, and they feel like he will take your wrist. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like your only lane is going to be that strap, flop wrist press, or do you feel like you can take that wrist?
Well, I see why he says that. I mean, he's proven in the past, but nobody is on top, can not be top rolled, and we're going to find out tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it'll happen.
Georgie Svetkov, you never stop smiling, mate, and obviously the pressure isn't bothering you too much.
No, I'm very happy that I'm here, and I will pull Dave. This was a dream match for me, and I can't wait until tomorrow to start the match.
Now, the polls suggest that you might be a favorite here. Do you feel like you're the favorite coming into this thing, Georgie?
Look, for me, I feel like a little favorite, but for me, Dave is one of the strongest. Healthy Dave is very dangerous. He beat all of the best guys in the world, and I have to be very careful and not overconfident.
I want to ask you the same question about the shape of the match, because if there's a criticism of you, it's been that you're pretty monotechnical. You will do the same thing. We look for that big booming top roll every time you take the hand and wrist. We've seen in the past that you've struggled to finish. And this is the kind of guy you can't sleep on. We saw what happened with Vitaly Larratt when he couldn't put Dave away. Does that worry you at all? Do you get concerned about that?
Well, people thought that Vitaly is stronger than Dave, but in my opinion, it wasn't. He wasn't stronger. Just Dave didn't go in strap. You saw what he did in strap. But in the past months, I tried to improve my side pressure. I was training too much in this position, and I think that I'm in better shape now in this style.
The super heavyweight division is stacked with talent. We see it chopping and changing. Everybody's got a different top five every other week. When you were at your very best form, where do you put yourself in the overall outlay of that class now? Where do you see yourself? Are you top 5? Are you just outside that? Or are you top 3?
Maybe top 5. I don't want to say that I'm top 3, but with time I will try to prove that I'm one of the strongest, and I'm going to beat Levan one day. It's my dream. I have beat him 4 times, so I know that I'm capable of doing this.
And we know last time out, mate, you had the major issue with the leg. All healed now, ready to go?
Yes, I had surgery. I was 2 months off, and let's hope now everything will be fine.
Dave, I wanted to speak about your health, mate. A lot of people have been concerned that we haven't seen the best Dave Chaffy. Last couple of times out, Gabor, Frank Lamparelli, you looked really, really dominant. Have you managed to take steps forward from those matches? And we're going to see the very best of Dave Chaffy back at the table this weekend.
Yeah, my training has been going pretty well. I'm able to do certain things I haven't been able to do. Like I said the last time, my elbow has healed pretty well, so I can work some side pressure, heavy side pressure, which I haven't been able to do in probably 2 or 3 years. I got the stem cells in the elbow, and I really think that's what did it. This guy's going to be a challenge. We're going to find out. I've had a couple of good wins the last 2, but this guy's a different beast, and it's going to be very interesting tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, massive respect here shown from both these athletes. If you want to see them contest this thing, eastvswest.com. Get that board now. Get the pay-per-view. It goes down tomorrow around this time. Ladies and gents, Asi G, Georgie Svetkov, Easy Money, Dave Chaffy. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our next match on the card. It is one of the most highly anticipated matchups in the history of the sport on the left arm. Why? Because of the chatter that has gone on. It is far number 1 in North America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet these guys. Firstly, introducing this man. He is standing at the side of the stage with a confident look in his eye because he likes to go to work on this left arm. His name is the Gorilla, Corey West. Corey West will face the most outspoken and recognizable arm wrestler currently in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Soldier Boy Superman from the frozen north of Canada. No limits, Devon Larratt! Get your mics, guys. Let's do this thing. It started early. You needed the jump start there, right?
He needs a lot more than that.
So, Corey, let's start with you. You're the next in line to take on the dubious challenge of being hammered online week after week. You come into this thing and he seems to change his personality entirely. Has he managed to get in there at all?
I took the phone call for this match, and it for some reason, it struck me a little different. I couldn't figure it out. I felt guilty. I was like, why would I feel guilty? At first, I thought that maybe it had something to do with his status, being a legend and what was about to happen to him. I watched a few videos, and I quickly realized it wasn't that at all. It was that I had this soft spot for those in need. And I just, I kept seeing all these videos where Devon's got all these holes in his shoes and people throwing him.
I've upgraded already. I'm a rich guy now.
Yeah. So I took it upon myself as a nice guy. I did try to find the ugliest style in the worst color I could find, but I refused to arm wrestle a guy in a pair of shoes like that.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love it when people buy me new shoes. What we got? Oh, wow. Wow.
It's the worst I could do. It's
wow.
Corey West, you have outdone yourself.
Oh, my
Devon.
God. I am so touched. Listen, I was going to say all sorts of mean things. This is incredible, buddy. What a gift, my God. I love these already. I'm telling you, these are never coming off my feet.
Now, Devon, it's fair to say that he's done his homework. They're pretty much the same color as the hoodie.
You know, like, really, it was getting pretty bad. I was basically walking barefoot, and Jody made me change them up just recently, and I just didn't feel right in these. I just didn't feel right, and, well, I am a happy guy. Man, you've made me happy.
Mate, you won him over early. Is that the plan, to soften him up?
He does not understand what's going on mentally right now. He is in a different world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these are great. These are great. Oh, I just gained like 20% power. Man, it's matching my outfit. Now I just got to get my hoodie back from Gennady.
And in true Devon fashion, ladies and gentlemen, don't know whether you've noticed at home, he couldn't even be bothered to take out the thing that hangs them up or the label.
Those will fall out at some point. Those will fall out. Man.
Dev, let's come to you, mate. Obviously, you guys were friends coming into this. You always like to get under your opponent's skin. You got that? You good? There we go, you see. There you go. Look at that. You always like to get under your opponent's skin. You did a poll. You did a poll. Tell everybody at home, for those who missed the poll, what were the questions that you asked in the poll, Devon?
You know, I don't even really remember. It was pretty late at night when I put up the poll, I think. But it's what scares a pig the most? Because I love you. Just the same way I loved all the animals on the farm. You know?
Hopefully not exactly the same way.
I found I was close to the farm animals, the ducks, the geese. And I look at your hand, and it just looks like it's just a cloven little hoof. I don't know. I mean, so I spent a lot of time with the pigs, I did. We used to wrestle them, ride them around. 2 minutes is all they got, 2 minutes. But I remember when it used to rain and the lightning would come, they'd be terrified. Terrified. Now, there's some lightning in here, buddy. I knew that would scare you. And I knew, but the question that won actually was the most scary thing that the people thought was for a pig is if Mummy Pig's not around. And I feel like you've been abandoned. I feel bad for you.
Now, for everybody at home, explain who Mummy Pig is, Dev.
Well, it's Michael Todd and Rebecca.
Like Michael Todd is Mummy Pig.
And he's not here. And he told me, he called me, he said, Devin, I don't even want to watch. I don't want to be there for when you do those horrible things to my friend. I said, I'd rather just stay at home and cry. So, listen, it's maybe somebody else wants to step up and be Mummy Pig for Corey. Anybody? I don't know. Maybe somebody. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Okay. But it's not Michael Todd. And I know that's going to bug you that you can't go back and Mike is going to give you that magic answer in between rounds and rub your arm down, but it's really not going to matter. It's not going to matter much. Yeah. It's okay, but listen, and the thing is you were so nice to me, and now I feel bad a little bit because I got you a present too.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And you know, it's not quite as nice. I don't know if you can read that. It's just a little bottle. Can you read what that says there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It'll be good for you. Just a little bit of Ozempic for him, you know. That's okay. Listen, we all have our challenges, okay? And you're going to be just fine.
So you get a pair of...
Yeah, I did good.
You got Ozempic.
What a friend.
I mean, my God. Getting it back to arm wrestling, guys. Obviously, Devon talks about every match. But we've seen him talk before matches and lose. Is that going to happen this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even worried about the left-handed match. Enjoy that right one while you can.
It feels so good, you know, to know that for like over the last 20 years, more than half the time, I've been the number one guy in this great continent. I've been the number one guy right-handed. I have touched it left-handed many years ago. And it feels so great to know that I'm going to unify the left and right-handed super heavyweight title for North America on Saturday. It's going to happen. Once again, the crowns are going to come together. Both hands. Hey, Pavlo, you're next. Pavlo, I'm going to beat you in Chicago, okay? You better be careful. You better train. I'm going to come to Chicago and kick your ass. Hey, did he beat you?
We've never pulled left-handed.
Yeah, I beat him. I beat him easy.
I seen it. I don't know if I'd call that easy.
Yeah, I don't know. You should just be quiet over there, Pablo.
So
okay?
for people at home, we got Pavlo Durbadeniev sat right here.
Champions up here. Champions up here.
So Devon, focusing back in on that, mate. Giant pumpkin training. You stayed off the left arm. It was the party arm, right, for so long. But you've got it off the shelf. You've blown away the dust, and it's a different arm. Speed. You have that left-handed. Do you
Like
have
lightning.
the power?
Just like lightning.
Do you have the power in the left arm now? Has it changed? Are you starting to get that top end back?
Would you want to find out right now? The way you look at me? You want to touch it? Hey, listen. I do it today. I do it tomorrow.
We're all aware.
I do it every day of the week. Just another day for me. Yeah, listen, I'm strong. I just look at you. When I'm next to you, you're a super heavyweight. I was just down in the 105 not too long ago, but I'm bigger than you. We can see it. I'm bigger than you.
Taller's not bigger.
I'm bigger than you. I'm bigger than you. You can see it any way, any angle. I'm bigger than you. And I'm stronger than you. And I'm a better arm wrestler than you. And I'm meaner than you. I'm faster than you. I'm going to beat you a million different ways. And you know it. You know it. But it's going to be good. You'll come back. You'll go back to Mummy Pig. You'll work on some things. Maybe in a couple years you have a King's move. By then I'll be floppers pressing. No big deal. I will be your teacher. You will fall under my tutelage. You will be one of my students. I'll bring you up. You will protect me from people like Pavlo. Okay? And I'll be happy for that. I'll appreciate you. Meanwhile, I'll go out and I'll deal with all these Europeans. No problem. Thank you very much for your participation, for your effort.
No handshake.
That's cold, right? A guy gives you his hand, you normally shake it, right? Normally.
Is he strong enough, Corey?
He doesn't believe half of what he's saying. He's just talking to talk.
He believes it. You believe it.
You believe you're
I noticed when Devon was speaking there, you were looking directly into his eyes.
I'm way stronger than you. 1,000,000 times stronger than you. I've been doing pecs and glutes. Non-stop. I'm doing squats. I'm doing pecs. I'm working my abs. I'm working my lower back.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the mental game doesn't work.
Everybody thinks it's about endurance. Everybody thinks that you can't put him away quick and he outlasts you. Is that what you see in your head?
It's not going to be a long match.
Oh, it's going to be as long as he wants it to be. It's going to be and that's not because you're in charge of winning. It's going to be as long as you want it to be because I'm in no rush, buddy.
This match is going to have about as much depth as his humor. I've been hearing fat jokes since I was a fucking kid.
Hey, listen.
You can't fuck with me.
Listen, just go off statistics, buddy. Just go look on the internet, okay? My matches last like 2 hours, okay? You think this is going to be over in 5 minutes? You got another thing coming to you. You are going to be up here sweating buckets, not being able to close your hand, not being able to feel nothing, going back to your corner, breathing like Camille was in between rounds with Michael Todd, stepping back on stage, shaky legs, and I'm just going to be laughing at you the whole time. And some of these people will be
I seem
too.
to remember Michael Todd doing the same thing to you.
Oh, that's long ago. Ask Michael Todd.
Skinny version.
Yeah, long.
Skinny version.
Yeah, 500 years ago. 500 years ago, Michael and Todd and I had a pretty good match, okay? And I blame Bart Wood, wherever he is. Wherever Bart Wood is, go fuck yourself, okay? I don't like any of you referees. Risto, you can fuck off too, okay? All right? If I ever lose, it's not my fault, okay?
Well, get ready for it to not be your fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave these guys staring longingly into each other's eyes. Ooh,
that was clearly an elbow foul.
There, guys.
Clearly an elbow foul.
And we are going to go. Corey, stay there, mate. We got some questions coming in. Corey, come back up here, brother.
Hey, thanks for the shoes, buddy. Thank you.
Got some questions from our VIPs.
Hey, my name's Eric.
Here we go, guys. Let's sit in here. Okay, brother.
First of all, Corey, class act with that gift, man. I absolutely love those Crocs that you gave Devin. And second, Mr. No Limit, Are you worried at all that Corey's going to crack your arm like he cracked that steel lock, or are you just too powerful?
The North American title is very prestigious, and I know that I'm not up against some weakling like Pavlo, okay? Okay, I know that the best guy's up here, all right? Like, so I know that he's a threat, but I just think I'm all those things that he doesn't want to deal with. And I think that the longer it goes on, the more that's going to become apparent. And as strong as he is, about 30 seconds into our discussion, it's going to be done.
I'm not the one breathing heavy right now.
That's because I know how to breathe. That's because I know how to use oxygen, buddy. You should get used to that breathing thing. But you are sweating a little bit.
It's because I'm so fat.
I gave you something for that. I gave you something. That'll be all right. This will help you. This will help you.
The question, please.
I have a question for No Limits, Devin Larratt. So, will this be an all-out war, or will this be another master class?
I think that this will be a miniature seminar, you know, in the art of patience and the art of not rushing things, you know. A lot of people in a real hurry to get the job done and take a lot of shortcuts, and I'm not into shortcuts. I will piece by piece pick him apart, piece by piece by piece, until there's absolutely nothing left. Nothing.
Another question down the front here.
Will you have to use the four-wheel drive on them Crocs, or you just need two-wheel drive to beat him?
You know, these are real nice, really. These are very nice. And you know, I might just have to wear them just to honor Corey. These are very good. Normally I wear my Adidas, but these are pretty awesome. I might just have to wear them. And I like the sponge. You know, got a good feel. Yeah.
It's a real glass half full kind of guy. Ugliest freaking pair of shoes I could find.
Oh, I love them. Oh, man, listen, I love them. These are great. I'm not taking these off. I'm real happy.
Do you expect to be able to stop him in the first match, or do you think it'll be second or third?
No, I think I'll get him first round. I do. I don't think, look, he's real strong. We all know he's real strong. We know he's very strong. He's just going to run out of room. He's not, yeah, he'll probably move me off center, maybe. But that'll be good for him. Look, at the worrying thing for him is if he doesn't. Because, look, if it stops basically anywhere, it's a good chance it's done. Anywhere. So if it is in the middle, could you imagine that? Round one? Oh, that's a long, those are 3 long rounds then. Very long.
Will you use the king move if you have to?
Yeah, I'll do whatever, man. Listen, I'm not one of those guys who wants to win this way or that way. Okay, I'll king's move. I'll do whatever it takes.
Okay, one more question, and then we will move on.
Mr. Larratt, Corey's no slouch. Obviously, you know that. But win or lose, there's a little birdie who just won't shut up about you. Mr. Camille, when are we going to get you to avenge that?
That guy has the highest level of autism, which I do respect. I respect all the special needs people in the community. I think that it's not, you know, people view it as a disability. I don't. I think it's actually one of his strengths, okay? I will make time for him as I ascend. He is on the list. The guy won't shut up about me, seriously. I have to do something. Yeah, I think that he's probably still a match or two away. I would like to clean the ladder, starting with Corey. So I'm thinking there's Tobias. I don't know if I need to deal with Wagner or if that's just a thank you very much. There's a guy or two in Kazakhstan. And, yeah, of course, there's Alizan if I want to go to 115 or 105 potentially, but that's not looking very likely at the moment. And you never know what happens in Chicago. You never know. You know, like North America, this title will be contested. You know, there's a loudmouth who we all hope will come back at some point and be a little bit more serious. I doubt he's got it in him, but he's got it. He doesn't have it in him. No, you fucking kill that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, EVWsports.com, you can see No Limits, Devin Larratt, the Gorilla, Corey West, tomorrow. Never taking their eyes off each other throughout that thing, and there was no backward steps in Corey West. Is he ready to back it up? Devin came up here, enjoyed it, and left with a new pair of Crocs. Good day.
I've come ready for you, Corey.
See that? I'm gonna let you have it.
Come ready. Oh.
Just in case you need to get back down.
Okay. Well, looks like I walk away with everything as usual. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, No Limits, Devin Larratt, Corey, the Gorilla West. Our co-main event of the evening tomorrow night here in Arlington, the Lone Star State. One more match. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome these two arm wrestlers now making their way to the table. For the main event of the evening, the first of these guys has made his return to East versus West, where he silenced the critics with an incredible performance against Todd Hutchins. Tomorrow, he comes back again to face yet another legend. He is a multiple Japanese national champion, a multiple WAF champion of the world. Hailing from and representing Kobe, Japan, welcome Yoshinobu, the Warlord, Kanai. Yoshi Kanai, accompanied by his translator, making his way to the table to face this man. Everybody assembled here. It's a special weekend, potentially the end of an era. There are a lot of arm wrestlers around the world. There have been a lot of arm wrestlers around the world. Only one can be the very best. And it is this man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask everybody to stand up, please, and show your respect and welcome the very best arm wrestler of all time. Representing the United States of America, the perfect storm, Mr. John Brasink.
Good to see you again. Good to see you again.
John, I want to start with you, mate. You can see there's a little bit of emotion in you there as you walk up, and there definitely is in me. This is something nobody ever wanted to even question, that this could be your last match in the sport. You're pulling a guy you've faced many, many times, and you know the threat level of Yoshi Kanai. This is not something you haven't done before, and yet in true John Brasink style, you accept any challenge, you step up, and you face into that thunder.
Yeah, no, I've known Yoshi so long that he almost kind of feels like a student of mine. I mean, he came out with this. I'm going to get emotional. So he came out with his brother many, many years ago and stayed with me in Utah, and yeah, just that's dedication. And learned the sport from myself and the Utah group, and has evolved into quite the champion. Much respect.
Yoshi, incredible honor, mate, for you to be pulling the last match with John Brasink. We know how long you dedicated your career and your life to the pursuit of facing John. You see it documented in the movie Pulling John. One more time, you get to do this. And you told people that you may be in the best form of your life. Is that something you would endorse here?
So he says that, exactly as he said in the interview yesterday, he is in the best form he is right now.
Now, John,
I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, thank you for that.
Knowing that, Do you feel like tomorrow you can put together what we've seen you do so many times? Often we've seen you come in as the underdog and yet turn over the odds.
I hope so. My last match was a tremendous match last August. I took some time off, but when I got to know that I was going to pull Yoshi again, I was full throttle for 2 or 3 months, heavy arm wrestling, heavy training. So I feel like I'm prepared, but at this point in my life, everything becomes a big question mark, so I'm not sure. I don't know, to be quite honest, where I'm at. I've taken 3 weeks off, but mentally I'm ready. I'm ready to give it my all and just see where it goes. I really don't have a game plan. I'm just going to see where the match takes.
Do you still get the excitement, mate? Do you still get the nerves? Do you still get the enjoyment when you come up for an arm wrestling match these days? Most of the guys that I've seen come up here, even Devin, trembling a little, hyped a little. With you, like a mill pond, super calm.
Yeah, no, I've learned from experience that it doesn't really help me that much to get, especially the day before, it just saps my energy. So, no, I stay, for the most part, pretty calm until we get in the setup, and then I try to notch it up.
Now, if you look at the back of the room there, Robert Baxter, guy that you've trained with for many, many years, he's got involved with Engin Terzi, another man who you've known for many, many years, so I'm sure he's watching down that lens. And we're here at East versus West 17, and the sport, once again, is resurgent. It's going to a different place. You have been massively influential in the journey of both the men that are now trying to take the sport forward to that level, Robert Baxter and Engin Terzi. How does that make you feel, John?
Yeah, no, I've known Robert now, how many years, Robert? 30 years? I mean, Harry would get emotional again. He came over, 30 years ago, basement of the Utah house, and another student that developed into quite the arm wrestling legend, and now promoter. We all should be grateful and thankful that he decided to throw his hat in this promotional respect. So,
how much of a fan of the sport are you now, John, in terms of, do you follow the sport very closely these days? Are you still excited by its progression and the matches?
I do a little bit still. Not as much as I used to, sadly enough. But yeah, I still know most of the old guard.
I want to come back to Yoshi. Yoshi, obviously everybody is very aware of the accolades of John Brzenk, but I wanted to ask you personally what John Brzenk means to you, represents to you in the sport of arm wrestling.
So to him, on a personal level, John represents a mentor, a tutor to him. So he really looks up to John.
A mentor and a tutor. And if we went around the room, John, there's so many. Everybody has a story of the inspiration that you've given to them. We want to go out to the people now that have assembled in here today and get some questions from these guys. If you do us the honor of answering those questions. Anna, have you got the mic there? We can pass on and on.
Hey, John and Yoshi. I just wanted to say I'm super happy that I'm going to be able to witness potentially your last match. And you've been an inspiration to me, obviously Devin and all the Ottawa High Hookers. And, I really appreciate that you decided to do a send-off. And I'm sure all of us agree that we're very happy to witness it. Thank you.
John Brzenk, since you've had such a long career in the sport of arm wrestling, I wanted to ask you, do you believe that arm wrestling at its core is the desire for physical strength or the resolve to constantly test your limits?
they're kind of one and the same, right? I mean, it just depends on, yeah. But yeah, I think it's a combination of things. We're all adrenaline junkies. I mean, we all are definitely athletic at some point, but arm wrestling is a little bit more than just being in shape and lifting weights. It's that excitement you get, that adrenaline rush you get from the combativeness of the sport. So I think that's what most of us are drawn to, is that adrenaline rush.
My question is for Yoshi. I want to know, what is his go-to way to deal with the adrenaline and just calm himself before a big match like this?
金井さんは緊張してる時何をしますか？
寝ます。
He just takes a nap, and that helps. That usually helps.
John, Yoshi has such a difficult and incredible style, as he showed against Todd. And after a career like you've had, win or lose, I feel like, would you agree that there'd be no better last match than Yoshinobu Kanai, who we've had such an illustrious history with?
Yeah, he's definitely up there in the final match. There's so many, though. I mean, I would love. I got a chance to see John Walker back in August when I pulled Leonidas. He's another guy that I would love to just for old time's sake, pull. But many arm wrestlers that I can think of that I would like to have the last match. But Yoshi definitely is right there at the top of the list. Like I said, I've known him since he was a kid, so it feels good. I'm so happy that he's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard, incredibly emotional, incredibly difficult day for everybody who's a fan of the sport of arm wrestling, if, in fact, this is to be John's last match. And believe me, I'm going to try very hard to make sure it isn't, as usual. This represents the end of an untouchable era in the sport of arm wrestling. Personally, I'm honored that I've been around to observe and witness the things this man's done throughout his career. It's an absolute honor and a privilege, mate. And your inspiration in this sport goes above and beyond anything I've ever seen in any sport.
I appreciate that, Neil. You've been, well, you know that you've been a huge inspiration to me on many occasions, so it goes both ways. Thank you for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot possibly miss this. John Brzenk comes to the table one more time. He will face the warlord Yoshi Kanai, eastvswest.com. It is the main event of the evening tomorrow. Buy the pay-per-view and witness this historic event and the very best arm wrestler of all time, the Perfect Storm, John Brzenk, and the warlord Yoshi Kanai face off at the arm wrestling table tomorrow. Ladies and gents, we're going to get Stefan Muller up here in a moment. He's going to face these guys off. I want to thank you, everybody at home, for tuning in and checking out the press conference. It's almost done. We're going to face these guys off. Thank you.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go now with the face-off and calling out to the first match. Ladies and gentlemen, Arsen Kashatrian.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Arsen Kashatrian.
Armenian champion.
And now calling out his opponent, Andrei Sharkevich.
Match number one, Sharkevich, Kashatrian. They will face off tomorrow. They've met before. This time could be different. Match number one here. East versus West 17, ladies and gentlemen. eastvswest.com. Buy that pay-per-view now.
To the cameras, please. It's going to be a right arm match, 105 kilo, 231 pound. And now, coming up to the next match, calling out Joseph Moranto. Coming up now to his opponent, Cody Wood.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Moranto, Cody Wood. Tomorrow night. Never met before these guys, both representing North America. Ready to do this thing, not a backward step in either. Tomorrow, we find out at East versus West 17.
It's a right arm match, 77 kilo, 169 pound. And now, coming up to the next match, calling out Valen Lowe. And calling out his opponent, Hunter Knopf.
Valen Lowe of Singapore, Hunter Knopf of the United States of America. Very different characters, but they have one thing in common. They can both do this thing. And tomorrow, you will see it go down. eastvswest.com is the place to get the pay-per-view if you want to see Valen Lowe and Hunter Knopf.
And this is a right arm match, 77 kilo, 169 pound. Coming up now to the next match, calling out Jean Tarion. And his opponent, Craig Tuier.
What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen, in the welterweight division. Up to 85 kilograms. The Fury, Craig Tuier, and the Savage, John Tarion, Canada, versus the United States of America. Who will rise?
It is a right arm match, 85 kilo, 117 pound. Here we go, next match, calling out Mindaugas Terasitis. And his opponent, Yanis Amalins.
The Jedi, Yanis Amalins, Mindaugas, Moriarty, Terasitis here. Latvia versus Lithuania. Both these men, multiple world champions. It goes down, East versus West 17. A battle of styles, a battle of guile.
This is a right arm match, 77 kilo, 169 pound. So, where's number 6? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, calling out Jocelyn Brisson. And her opponent, Zara Beckman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jocelyn Brisson, Sarah Bachman. No excuses this time around. Second time these ladies have met, and it is on. East versus West 17, bringing together a clash in the open, ladies, that could reinvent the division.
It's a right arm match, open weight. Number 7, calling out Evgeny Prudnik. And his opponent, Cody Merritt.
Evgeny Prudnik, the singing superstar of Ukraine, and the giant Cody Merritt of the United States of America. Left-hand battle. And this one could be hellfire. They will get at it tomorrow here in the Lone Star State.
It's a left arm match, 115 kilo, 251 pounds. Here we go, next match, match number 8, calling out Mindaugas Terasitis. And and his opponent, Hunter Knopf.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel the intensity coming off this one. Terasitis, Hunter Knopf, here in the United States of America, and Knopf wants to take a stand for the homeland. Terasitis wants to prove that he came here to conquer. Knopf and Terasitis, look at the mind games. They are already underway.
It's a left arm match, 77 kilo, 169 pounds. Here we go with the next match, calling out Ungerive. And his opponent, Matt Mass.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ungerive and the wild horse, Matt Mask. The frame of Mask superior, the height superior.
To the camera.
Who has the best game on the table? We will find out tomorrow. eastvswest.com. Get your pay-per-view now, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
And now, this is a right-down match, 105 kilo, 231 pounds. Here we go with the next match, calling out Georgi Tsvetko. And his opponent, Dave Chaffy. It's a right-arm match, 150 kilo, 251 pounds. And here we go, coming up to the next match. Calling out Curry West. And his opponent, Devon Larratt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Soldier Boy Superman of the Frozen North will face the Gorilla Curry West. You can see the mind games are in full force. Got a new pair of shoes out of it, no limits, Devon Larratt, but can he handle the horsepower? Tomorrow, we will find out left-hand super heavyweight clash. No limits, Devon Larratt. The Gorilla Curry West. Face front, gentlemen. It's on tomorrow night.
It's a left-arm match, 115 kilo, 251 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the main event of the evening tomorrow in the EA Sports Arena, Arlington. Now, calling out Yoshinobu Kanai. And his opponent, John Brzezinski.
Yoshinobu, the Warlord Kanai of Cold Japan. And he will face the Perfect Storm, John Brzezinski of the United States of America. One more round for the Perfect Storm, and we get to witness it. Ladies and gents, if you have not got your pay-per-view yet for East versus West 17, do so right now, eastvswest.com. Get it, see it tomorrow. It goes down here in the Lone Star State of Texas. For everybody watching at home, we hope you enjoyed the presser. Thank you very much to Stefan Muller,
so much.
Travis Bajan, and tomorrow we will see you for all the matches that we talked through today. Thank you and good night, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.